All right, Shalom. I'm going to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakakadash. Double honors to the apostles nailed at the great millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. And this is just going to be a news update, okay? And the first article is from RT News or RT.com, which this one I'm going to is dealing with Ireland, okay? Now it says Ireland to put nation under Europe's strictest quarantine for 6 weeks amid record daily COVID-19 infections. Dublin has decided to impose a national lockdown for 6 weeks that has been described by the Irish government itself as the harshest in Europe, all to curb the spread of the COVID-19 that has been topping record levels for days. Under the newly announced measures that are scheduled to come into force starting midnight Wednesday, all non-essential retail stores will be shut down, while restaurants and pubs will have to reduce their work to takeaway services only. The people in Ireland would also be barred from traveling more than 5 kilometers away from their homes. Yet, unlike many other European nations, Ireland does not plan to shut down schools. Essential services such as construction will be exempted from the lockdown as well, as will be hotels, but only if their rooms are rented by people working in any essential sectors. In the effort to suppress the virus, right, so-called, we've already introduced what is probably Europe's strictest regime, Prime Minister Michael Martin said in a televised address on Monday. The government has decided that the evidence of potentially grave situation arising in the weeks ahead is now too strong. Hey, and you see these things that's going on in these the other side of the world, okay, Europe as it's speaking, right, in Ireland. Hey, these things are coming to America. All right, this second wave that's about to pop up, okay, lockdowns are coming to America, Babylon the Great. Okay, just watch. The lockdowns are coming. And it says what? It says the people in Ireland will also be barred from traveling more than 5 kilometers away from their homes. You see, so all this, people wanting to travel and to go out of town and do all these different things, that's about to be out the window. Okay? Now, see, people are in a comfortable spirit right now because they can still go do the same things that they have been doing, but now they just have to put on a mask. Okay? So that proud spirit of mirth is flourishing all throughout the city or all throughout the world again. Okay, well, we'll speak about Babylon the Great, okay, which is America, right? That spirit is flourishing all throughout the world again, you see? Now, in the midst of that whole COVID-19 thing, right, people were uncomfortable, people didn't want to come outside, people wasn't, you would see people walking around, they wasn't smiling, they was all complaining, okay, they was just a nervous wreck, you see, but now, people are back in their state of comfortability because now they just put on a mask and they continue to do what they have been doing, you see, but see, the Lord is about to humble this place, man, right? The Lord is about to humble this place in a way like never before, man. Okay, and we, the men of the Lord, okay, we can't wait. Let's go. Let's get a scripture, right? See if I can find the one I was speaking of. Okay. I believe it speaks on the Lord was going to greatly revenge thy pride. Okay, let's see. Should be exalted. All right, let's type this one in. Thy pride. Okay, because there's a proud spirit, going forth throughout America, Babylon the Great. She mentioned by the mouth of thy pride. Let's just see if we can get it on here. Revenge thy pride. It might be in Second Esdras. Just bear with me. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, let's get this one first. It says, Ecclesiasticus 27 verse 28, mockery and reproach are from the proud, but vengeance as a lion shall lie and wait for them. You see? Now, I'm going to tie this in by saying, hey, these people of the world, who do they give reproach to? The prophets, the men of the Lord. Okay? Who do they mock? The men of the Lord. You see? Because when these different things start to, it seems like it's, dying down, so to speak, or, not as bad as it used to, they start to say, you see, we knew that this wasn't going to last very long. See, y'all was talking all that. They would say y'all was talking all that mess on the corners, talking about it's going to get worse and worse. But you see, things are getting better. See, that's what they would say. Okay, but little do they know, right? The Lord got them in the trick bag. Okay, while things are getting worse, okay, they're being finessed. Okay, they are being deceived. They are being tricked by that things are being made better. You see? But it says what? But vengeance as a lion shall lie in wait for them. Okay? Let's go to Ecclesiasticus 5 verse 3. It says, matter of fact, let's go to that scripture. Hey, because now I think about it, that make me want to get this first. Galatians 6 verse 7 says, be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. For he that soweth to his flesh shall the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the Spirit shall the Spirit reap life everlasting, right? So the Most High is not mocked, okay? Hey, whatever energy, right, you put out, the same that's going to come back into you, which in the world they call that karma, right? They call that karma, okay? So you sow to the flesh, you're going to reap of the flesh. You sow to the Spirit, right? You're going to reap of the Spirit. You're going to reap life. Okay, so let's get to the point. Let's go to the book of Ecclesiasticus. Am I typing the right one? That's lucky. So let's go to Ecclesiasticus 5 verse 5 verse 1. It says, set not thy heart upon thy goods, and say not, I have enough for my life. Follow not thy own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart. Hey, because the scriptures to say what? The heart is deceitful. The heart is deceitful. Who can know it? All right, roughly paraphrasing. Right, the heart. I believe it says the heart is deceitful above all. Who can know it? Right, because your heart, which goes into your mind, it can deceive you. You see, so that's why it tells you to follow not thy own mind. Okay. It says, and say not, who shall control me from my works? For the Lord will surely revenge thy pride. Okay. So the pride that you people have on you, the Lord is going to make, as the scripture says, be not deceived. All right. The Most High is not mocked. Right. So this prideful spirit that you have on yourself, right? The Lord is, guess what? He's going to revenge thy pride that you have on you. Hey, that's when you read the book of Proverbs, the first chapter. It talks about, the devices, let's get it real quick. Let me just hit the point. Proverbs 1, verse 31. It says, therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. You see, matter of fact, I want to go into that word, devices. Right? I never went into that word. Proverbs 1. Verse 31 says a purpose, a counsel, a device. You see? So you're going to be filled with basically your own way, your own counsel, the way you wanted to go. You see? That's what you're going to be filled with. You're going to be filled with the fruit of your own way. All right? So let's get back to this article. Where you at? Let me see. Slovakia. So it says, the move comes just 2 weeks after Dublin dismissed a surprise call by the nation's health authorities to introduce the highest fifth level of restrictions amid the growing infection numbers. The nation has already topped its autumn record for the daily new COVID-19 cases 5 times over the last 9 days, although the numbers will remain lower than those recorded on April 10th, when the infections surpassed 1,500 in a single day, according to the Johns Hopkins University. Ireland is no stranger to harsh measure when it comes to combating the epidemic. Back in spring, it also imposed one of the longest lockdowns in Europe and eased the restrictions at such a low pace that some hospitality venues have barely managed to reopen by the time the rising infection numbers forced the authorities to bring the curbs back. And it says, to help its economy survive the epidemic, Dublin poured additional funds into the coronavirus-related jobless payments and wage subsidies. A new budget approved last week involves one of the biggest financial aid packages in the nation's history, including payments up to €5 euros per week for the affected businesses. Still, the number of people seeking jobless payments has increased by 20% over just 2 weeks and reached 244,153. Okay, so this is basically going into like saying what's going on in the U.S. You got I believe it's called what is it called? Basically like these different relief and stimulus packages, to help, people that's out of work, all right, unemployment, there's different business loans, COVID-19 business loans to help people to try to survive, but hey, as the scripture says, the doors of the gates should be shut. I mean, the doors in the streets should be shut. You see, the joy, the mirth is gone, man. See, all these different things are ceasing. Okay, and with another shutdown, right, with the second wave which we know is coming, right, is going to desolate, businesses like mom and pop shops, these little stores. Okay, the only thing that's going to be staying open is these big supermarkets, Walmart, Costco's, places like that. But these little businesses, right? They're not able to go be out of business or close their business for that amount of time as they be shutting down. Like for like 6 weeks, like Ireland, 6 weeks, a little mom and pop shop, go to another thing like that. 6 weeks, they're out of there, man. They're out of there. So that's all I've seen on this one. Euro News talks about the same thing. Okay, lockdown about the second wave. Let's see. Look at that. Poland will convert Warsaw Stadium into temporary COVID-19 hospital. You see, it's a temporary, but hey, it may never come back. To be a stadium for sports. All right, and look, sports ain't the same now. Okay, sports ain't the same now. Right? See, it's the fire lockdown in Wales. Announced in Wales to fight fire break. Lockdown announced in Wales to fight coronavirus spread. Let's check this one out. A fire break lockdown across Wales have been announced, lasting more than 2 weeks to halt the spread of coronavirus. You see, First Minister Mark Drakeford announced the strict lockdown measures will be enforced from 6 p.m. on Friday, 23rd of October until Monday, November 9th, people will be told to stay at home with all non-essential retail, leisures, and hospitality businesses having to close. Community centers, libraries, and recycling centers will be shut, and places of worship will only be open for funeral or wedding ceremonies. Except for the critical workers and jobs where it isn't possible, people will have to work from home. And while primary schools will reopen after the half-term week, only pupils in years 7 and 8 will return to secondary school during a period of lockdown. Okay, so hey, you see the move, man, right? You see all the places, especially in Europe, going through their second wave and locking things down. And this is all coming to the U.S., right? The U.S. always follows suit. Okay. What else is going on in this world news? Check it out. Hey, because, this is just an impromptu through the spirit. It's not really nothing, nothing. I don't have anything planned. All right, just thought I'd go and pull up some news articles out there. Seeing this one dealing with Ireland going through the second wave of shutting down for 6 weeks. Okay, what you see, Wales is right behind it doing their lockdown. All right, matter of fact, let's search it. Let's see. Okay, so this is dealing with the countries in Europe. Right, coronavirus second wave. Which countries in Europe are experiencing a fresh spike in COVID-19 cases? See these countries. All right, Albania. Right, you see the spike. Albania from March 9th to October 1st. Yeah, it spiked up. Andorra. Just gonna click on a few. Russia. Damn. Monaco. Romania. Yeah, look at those spikes. Even if the numbers are played with or not, I'm just showing you what they have on their stat sheet. Finland. All right. According to the October, it shot up. Definitely in October. Oh. You see? Hey, so these places are shutting down, man. Look. When you see down here, coronavirus, France issues curfew, bans weddings amid speculative rise in COVID-19 cases. Catalonia to shut bars and restaurants as Europe prepares to batten down the hatches. You see? Hey, so this second wave, all right, this second wave is in effect, man. You see, the second wave is in effect, and guess what? It's coming to America, Babylon the Great. Look, America ain't exempt. You see? And when it hit Babylon, it's gonna hit Babylon hard, man. Guarantee you, it's gonna hit hard. Okay, because they opened it up, quick, so to speak, and they, let everybody just mingle around just to use that same tactic to say, you know what? All right, this plan is not working. We got to shut this down. Okay, we got to minister these vaccines. Okay, we have to minister these vaccines. Mandate these vaccines to, put this virus to a stop, so to speak. I ain't see if they got any more dealing with this second wave. All right, look, UK rapid test at Heathrow on Tuesday report. Yep. U.S. election concerns record virus cases push stocks down. Iran hits back at the U.S. sanctions threat after arms embargo expiry. So there's not too much on here. These are a couple alternative medias where you can get some good information. All right, but the point is, basically what I touched on this lesson, that second wave is spiked up. spiking. Those numbers are spiking, right? Hey, and places are being shut down. All right, places are being shut down, right? Hey, and guess what? America, Babylon the Great, like I said before, is going to follow suit, right? Ecclesiastes 12 verse 3. It says, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, right, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened," right? So what it's talking about, the grinders cease. Okay, it's talking about these different jobs, Hey, this pandemic, which we know it as. Hey, these are affecting a lot of people's jobs. Okay, it's killing a lot of people's jobs. And we know it's it's damaging, right? It's giving it's doing more damage to the middle class. It says and the door shall be shut in the streets. Salakia, this is what it's right here. It says, "And the door shall be shut in the streets, and the sound of the grinding is low." That's dealing with the jobs. So Salakia, "And shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low." Okay, "And when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fear shall be in the way of the almond tree, shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, and desire shall fail, because man go up to his long home, and mourners go about the streets." Says, "Or ever the silver cord be loose, or the golden bowl be broken, or the pitcher be broken at the fountain, or the wheel broken at the cistern, then shall the..." No, Salaki. So yeah, that's it on that. All right, but this is dealing with what? These different jobs. Okay, "The grinders will cease, and the daughters of music shall be brought low," right? And mainly when people listen to music, what they're in a more times they're in the spirit of what? Joy. Okay, that's what they're in the spirit of, happiness, partying, when a lot of people, is listening to music in most cases. Okay, but all these different things are being brought low. Okay, the scripture says, I actually thought it was in this one, but it's not. Yeah, it's not. Okay. Hey, but this is what's taking place. Okay, and that is not just happening in Babylon, right, but all around the world. Hey, because guess what? This whole beast system, because this is what it's all going to come down to, right? At the end of the day, the RFID microchip, okay, which is the mark of the beast, okay, which is going to be pushed by what? The beast, the system, which is all these nations all together. It's not just Babylon, it's all the nations. Okay, all the nations are going to work at one. Hey, what? NATO and the EU. You see, they're going to work at one as that system. Okay, so I mean, I just wanted to touch on that through the spirit. Lord willing, hope ones that are fine. Until next time, I want to say shalom.